Hey, Rani here, and shall we make a game? Don't worry, it's me who's late, not you who is early. Um, yeah, so last time we did like a bunch of polish and that's working quite nicely. However, at the moment, this is basically what I'm calling in this engine a script. It's basically like something that sets up it takes a blank scene and turns it into a useful scene. At the moment, everything to do with this is in the scene, whereas it's something that really should be reusable between scenes. So if I collapse this up, I put this character state in here, so I might move the logic for this into there. Now I'm thinking, and yeah, it hurts, that this shouldn't really be a component on its own. Not really, I don't think. Or maybe it should. What am I going to do about this? Okay, I'll make it a component. I've twisted my own arm. Protagonist. Ah! Components. Now, this is going to be a slightly unusual component, and it's going to be a singleton. You're only going to be able to have one protagonist on the screen at a time, right? Well, actually, maybe we have a... hang on. We should have a generic character component. Yeah, that makes sense. And let's go grab our... Because we could have other things that kind of like navigate nav mesh in the same way. It's just they might not be commanded directly by the player. Where's components? Components. There. Okay, Robin selectable. Let's go for this and change every instance of selectable to character. We should only need a few of these. I'll make it so you can only have 4. We can get rid of this mess, so we don't need this anymore. All these callbacks can go. They're specific to selectable things. Yeah, they can all go. And don't need a callback. Here we go. Creates a new character component. And I'm thinking these will never have parent components. It makes just... No, I will keep them. So then we can kind of like have like protagonist component that kind of like creates a character component. It's weird. I've kind of ended up on this sort of composition over inheritance thing, sort of by accident. Get rid of all these callbacks. Don't need any of these. Right. So what we're going to pass in, we're going to have a run speed. We're going to have a walk speed. We're going to have a standing, walking, running animation. That's probably a good starting point. Ah, damn it, it's one character too long to fit in the line. Oh well. Let's have run animation, the animation to play while running. Let's have a walk animation. And a stand animation. It's walking or running. I have to go fetch my animation header because I don't think I'm going to have one here. Nope. Maybe this should go into... Let's put this into entities. Whatever. That's worse places to put it. This is definitely something specific to this game, though. This isn't generic to the engine, so in the engine overhaul, this is not going to make it through. Yeah, animations are in here, so I'll bring that in now. Don't need pointer state. We don't need character state yet. That'll be useful in a minute, though. Now I think this is a struct, so we're going to want, yeah, we're going to actually make that a pointer. And then want the stand animation. And that's good. We just need to change this from selectable to character component. And also, there's one more thing we need to say about this, because obviously they're going to have like a destination target thing. So we're going to set that to initially does not have a target and will stand still. Okay, so next up we're going to need the ability to specify a target. So a character component set approach. There we go. Commands a character component to approach a target, and optionally execute a callback on arrival. Okay. So current ID of the character components to command, and then we need to pass in. Oh, I'm going to need. Oh, you had those callbacks earlier I deleted. I'm going to need one of them. What am I doing? And I'm thinking about, rather than having these meta types where I'm basically saying, oh, this is just an arbitrary number you can pass in, I'm just going to pass in an index, because that's what you actually want basically every time. So a callback which is called when a character component arrives at a destination. The arbitrary data passed when requesting the navigation. Okay, well, what are we going for here? Okay, that'll do. No, should it be on arrival or on arrival? I don't know. We'll find. We'll figure that out as we go. And then we need to be able to pass in a index. So yeah, that'll do. And that should actually be a function pointer. Very nice. What else do we have here? Yeah, the index we're passing in. And of course, we actually need to tell it where we're sending the guy. So the location to approach. A reference will be taken. Yeah, let's take a reference so that way that we can. Do we do that? No, let's not do that. A copy will be taken, not a reference, rather than a reference. Okay, just want the vector header, which I think is in... There it is. All right, this is what we're going to try and build today. And we're basically going to scavenge the stuff we've already built to try and make this. So what do we need to implement? We need to implement this function. It should be quite easy. And we need to implement this function. And yeah. So one of the things that I have actually done is there's now this helper to kind of like find an empty item in the in like an array, right? And the reason for that is it actually does a bunch of relatively complex logic to kind of like keep track of exactly which range it is, it has and hasn't filled. So it can try and keep the range contiguous. So that means that you're not skipping over lots of empty sort of buckets to get to a place where you just added a new item. So I'm going to reuse that. Did I ever bring in... No, I did not bring in the index header into here. And I'm going to bring all those headers into there. Am I using booleans in here? No. Why is this in here? Okay, are you going to... Yeah, there we go. I was like, is it going to understand what that is? Yes, it is. Okay, so next up, that means that we have to add these two variables that basically track like the first occupied and last occupied. And that means that it knows the range in which to kind of scan to find an empty bucket to try and keep that range contiguous, so it doesn't have lots of empty buckets to skip over. But also that means if it doesn't find anything, it can just go, oh, I'll just go one either side of it. That should be good. So I don't really know yet what this is going to need. It's going to need a target, I know that much. It's going to need a character state as well. So we added character states in here. Yes, I shall bring those in. And we don't need to initialize that just yet, as we'll have other things to lean on, I think. And we're also going to need vectors. Yep, that's good. We're going to need callbacks. Actually, we're going to need to store a whole bunch of stuff. We're going to need animations, walk speeds. Okay, that's good. Yeah. It's an hour later than usual for me here, so I am struggling more than usual. Which is saying something. Maybe I should actually wrap this up. All these animations and stuff into some kind of common type, because it's going to be the same on every screen, so I want them to be reusable. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Is archetype the right word to use here? Oh, this is getting a bit heady. A statement of pattern behavior practice. No. No, I don't think that's... Maybe I should add a struct called character. I mean... Yeah, I'll do that. describes the physical appearance of a character. Yeah, so we're just going to need all the stuff we just defined in here, rip them all out, and bring them over here. And we can just rip the comments out as well. And then we can basically define one of these structures and reuse it between various scenes. That'd be very nice, actually. Actually, this would have made some of the cutscenes earlier in the game easier to build if I'd done this much earlier. Oops. Oh well. Oh, I skipped over one. What am I doing? What am I actually doing? Do I even know? Okay, that's done. Now we need to import this into here, and I need to pass that into here. Pass a pointer to it there. Okay, that should be good. And I'm going to need to update the character component file as well to match, since I've changed the arguments to that. And at this point, yeah, I can rip all this out now. Yeah. So we're going to use that. Actually, I need to add one more array here, which should be for the animated opaque mesh components. God, that's a terrible name. Man, what a terrible name. Better stick to it. And oh yeah, at the moment we're making one of these per component, so we should be using this instead. Yeah, so now we use that empty slot finder thing from before. And we're after component ID none. And we're going to use the character component maximum count. And at that point, we can initialize everything. So we can create our new component here. Animated Oh, I haven't imported the header for it. That's going to be a problem. Animated opaque mesh component. My God, what a terrible name. Oh, we also need to make a component as well. Just thinking about this, yeah, we're not making this selectable at all, although it is going to block clicks, so we're going to do that. And their initial animation is going to be... Oh, I've typoed character, that's not good. Ah! The stand animation, that'll do. Okay, that's good. That'll do. That will do. What's up next? For crystal animated component, we then need to actually assign the character over. We need to set their initial state, so they are, I think they're standing. Yeah, idle. Why would they call it something like standing or, no, I don't know. And we're going to set their target to kind of like between their feet. So to do that, we need to get the, oh yeah, I should probably also cache a reference to their transform. That'd be a good idea. What did I call this in the entity? I don't remember. Right, we are getting there. Whew. Oh, that was weird. Whatever it just did, it just kind of like merged two lines into one. Oh, I put the asterisk on the wrong side. What am I doing? Right, so we're copying the coordinates of the current coordinates of the character over, so it's basically going to try and target wherever it currently stands. That's fine. Oh, we probably actually want to do the nav mesh look. Oh, we're going to need variables for nav mesh as well. Oh god, there's so many things I need to do in here. Yeah? Are we good, computer? Are we good? Yeah? No? Oh yeah, it's a matrix pair, isn't it? I completely forgot about that. Ah. Yes. Okay. What else do we need? We need forward vectors. Yeah, this is getting a bit crazy. There's a bit too much in here now. Do forward normals. I should be able to get the forward normal out by having a look at the yeah, let's have a look at the matrix stuff. I might add a helper to get the forward normal out of a matrix. I think that'd be a good idea. Yeah, let's do that. That's definitely going to be a useful feature. Matrix forward extracts the forward vector out of a forward now, do I call it Z/Z or do I call it forward? Because it's technically both. I should call it Z because it might not be forward. Yeah, this will need to normalize it, however, because it could be a scaled matrix. It's unlikely, but it's definitely possible. The vector overwritten with the Z/forward normal of the given Man, when you shorten these names, you can actually like fit the whole function declaration in one line. That's neat. Right, so this is the... Oh, this is look along. This is actually going to be helpful. This actually gives us a bit of an idea of what we're doing. So it's going to be 2, 6, 10, 2, 6, 10. And then we just need to normalize it. Easy. And, what if it's an invalid matrix? Yeah, what if there is no to do? I'm not sure what to do in next. I'm not really sure how to handle that. To do, what should be done if the forward vector cannot be normalized? I am thinking maybe I should actually have two separate normalized functions, one of which is kind of like, it's allowed to fail. It will return whether or not it failed, and one which just like explodes if it can't normalize. I think that'd be useful. It's just something that happens often enough that... Okay, so let's call that function now I matrix Z. I'm going to be going from the model matrix, we're going to be going for the forward matrix of the two to the target. And then what are we going to be doing? We're going to be maybe it should wait until. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna add a new state. Character has not been processed yet. And the reason I'm going to have that there is so that it can wait until the first advance to actually try and do any logic, because it's possible that the nav mesh that you'd be colliding it with doesn't exist yet. Wait, what have I done? Oh, I meant to copy the position, not the... Oh, no. Okay. All right. Man, not with it at all. Not with it. Oh god, I'm only halfway through this. So we're going to have this advanced callback that every time there's a frame, especially when we're going to do our collision, our actual walking, that kind of thing. That should be nice and simple. Yeah, so we pretty much just put it into the uninitialized state. And that's all we should really need to do right now. Yeah, that's all we should need to do. And then we need to create our advanced component and log it in here just so we know to destroy it. Would have been a lot nicer if I just made sure you pass an arbitrary index through when you create an advanced component. Might do that for the overhaul. Oh, actually, if I go through the advanced component, that's the wrong advanced component. That's the advanced header, not the advanced component. Yeah, at the moment, it's just when you create one of these, it's just nothing. You don't get to pass anything through. So I'd have to do like a scan. You know, I'd have to like keep track of all the advanced components I've created and then scan for the right one. That sounds like a right pain. Now, I did say this was going to be a short stream. I'm hoping to make it to 45 minutes. Hoping. Could I get the parent component ID? Is there a thing in there to get the parent? No, there's not, but that should be quite a good way of getting to it. Bite the bullet. I'm just going to put it in here. Oh, onto the wrong file again. Oh, what am I doing? Oh my god. I should not be allowed to handle heavy machinery right now. Okay. So it's just pass index instead. Okay, and we're going to stick somewhere in here. Ah, yeah, I remember this. Oh, wow. Sorry, just having a moment here. This is a very old part of the code. It really is. Man, my approach has changed so much since I worked on this. Damn. So yeah, the way this part of the code works, it's actually you know, if you imagine you've got like buckets like this and some of them aren't filled, it never leaves gaps. So you end up like this, right? Now the reason that's actually not great is it means that if I make a gap here, it then has to go through the whole list and shuffle them all down to fill the gap. Which means that if you're very frequently creating and destroying things, performance can kind of suffer. So yeah, there are advantages to doing it like this. It's just that there's also disadvantages.
This is a reminder. Hey. This is a reminder.
Oh, nothing's going on. Nothing's happening. Nothing's happening. Lol. Now this isn't going to get confusing at all. I have an index wrapped in an index. This isn't going to get confusing at all. Not at all. No sir, no way. So those component IDs, what do I use them for? Because I'm not using it there. And I'm literally just using it so I can find the... Wait, I do have metering components, don't I? Yeah. Okay, so those component IDs can actually just go away completely. I'm not using them for anything useful. Man, this engine has changed so much. This can go away. This can go away. Man, I remember what an absolute what an absolute nightmare this was to get to work at the beginning. Because it's so much more simply now. Okay, I think that's sorted. I think that's sorted. That shouldn't have broken too many things. I don't think I really used them. So now this is going to pass in an arbitrary index, which we can use. So it's const index, index. Why did they ever do it like that? I've got no idea. Okay, this is going to be a to-do for now. We can come back to that later on. Where's the bit where it creates an advanced component? Advanced components. It doesn't create one. Okay, good. Holy wow, it is way too late at night for this. Okay, so yeah, actually, yeah, we need to switch on the current state and see what happens. And I'm going to do something dangerous here. I'm going to do a legitimate fall through, I think. Oh, also, when you do a command, it actually needs to check whether we're uninitialized and do an initialize then. So I might end up refactoring out into like kind of like a shared kind of like initialize method. That'd be useful. Let's add a matrix translation here. Man, this code base is racking up to-dos like no one's business. We're at 53 to-dos. I should really chart that. That could be really good actually if I could get like the commit dates and chart the to-dos. I bet someone's really made a thing to do that. So 3711, that gets our coordinates. Very good. And this needs to do check exists. We're also going to need a delete callback in here at some point. I don't remember what those look like. I think that's just a component ID. And from that we can get the meta out. Yeah, just a component ID. Okay. Yeah, thinking about it, you almost never actually want this component ID. You almost always want what it kind of refers to. So yeah, I'm gonna put to do in there as well. These to-dos are probably not going to get done in this project, but in kind of the engine overhaul I'm looking to do, they're going to get used. They're going to get like really sorted out. So you almost never want a component ID. You want the meta. And another to-do I'm going to put in there is, at the moment, when you destroy a component, it just destroys the component. And what it probably should do oh, that's name wrong for a start. Lots of quality code in here. To do automatically clean up child components recursively. to do, then remove everywhere manually cleaning up child components. Okay. So all I have to do with this is just get the index out of the component anyway. So why not just skip the middleman and just go straight to the index? Right, this is a bit where we're going to actually attach to the nav mesh component. At the moment, we have no kind of way for the nav mesh component to tell us that it's been destroyed. It'd be nice if there was a way to kind of do that. Actually, it's the entity that'd be attached. Well, actually, it wouldn't be firmly attached because the code that kind of like runs inside the character would, for things like say jumping and stuff like that, you wouldn't want it to be like hard attached. You just want to be able to hold a reference to an entity that can then be revoked. Not quite sure to do that. Not quite sure to do that yet. I'll make a note of that. To do, we could use a mechanism for holding a reference which is automatically cleared when a component is destroyed. For example, when a nav mesh is destroyed, we know to detach from it. Yes, we're going to need a in here we're going to need a nav mesh reference, so it's a navigation mesh. Let's bring in the header for that. I'm wishing it with the whole engine in this entity section. Oh well. Man, I've got almost nothing done to that. So oh no. Okay, so if it's uninitialized, this is where we need to look up the navigation mesh that's closest. So we need to bring in the navigation mesh component. And to get the closest one, See how much information we actually have to store about a single sort of character. And this is before we've even really done anything complex. It's just like tracking sort of where they are and where they're going. Nope, I'm doing this wrong. What am I doing? Oh my god. Think. Whew. Oh, they should actually be kind of like set and get translation, shouldn't they? Yes, they should. Oh yeah, and this outputs multiple things. So I need to do, oh, it's just sort of face numbers. Oh, so many things. Okay, all right. The good news is we nearly made it to an hour and I haven't actually collapsed, so we're doing pretty good. So next thing we want to do is we want to constrain this to the surface of the nav mesh. To the volume actually. Yeah. Oh, what am I doing? Oh no. Good news is we're almost done. Okay, so now we've placed ourselves on the grid. Next up, we need to initialize the forward vector. So that's static. Forward, not. Yep, that's the one. Okay, what we're doing now? What are we doing? What are we doing? Think. Oh, it's no good. I think I'm going to stop there because I'm just that exhausted. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope tonight is better for you than it has for me, and I hope you have a great evening. See ya.